Hi Dana, my name is Christina Delgado and I wanted to share with you my family's Sleep Sense success story. Your program has really changed our lives and we are so very thankful for it. I'm a mom, obviously, I'm a wife, I'm also a lawyer, and on top of that a health and fitness coach. And in large part I thank Sleep Sense for allowing me to do everything that I do and do it well, because I'm finally getting the good night's rest that my body was needing. Our story starts in February of 2008 when my daughter Marley was born. She was a beautiful baby girl and a very good baby girl, and in fact, not even knowing it, we were doing Sleep Sense. She was going down in her crib, awake, sleeping the whole night, and she was doing fantastic up until the time she turned 10 months. At 10 months, she unfortunately was in an accident and fractured her skull. Thankfully, she was fine, but Mom and Dad weren't so fine. And psychologically, we wanted to look after her day and night, so what ended up happening is she started sleeping in our bed. And once that happened, our life basically went to a screeching halt. We could no longer go out to dinner or go out with our friends because my daughter would not go to sleep without my husband and I being in bed with her. And this went on for 2 years until my son was born. And then things got worse. When my son was born, I actually slept on the couch for 3 months with him so as to not disturb my husband and daughter who were sleeping in my king-size bed. And when I finally couldn't take it anymore, my back couldn't take it anymore, I went to the bedroom with my son. And so all 4 of us were trying to sleep in a king-size bed together, and obviously nobody was getting a good night's rest. I went back to work when he was about 3.5 months old, and being a lawyer, I could not concentrate at work without a good night's sleep, and I was at my wit's end. So one Friday, I'll never forget it, I got to work at about 9 in the morning, and the first thing I did was Google sleep training, and your program thankfully came up. I bought it and I read it cover to cover, and I decided that day that I was going to go home and we were going to start. I wasn't going to wait till Monday, I wasn't going to wait till any other day, it was going to happen that day. And it did. I got home, I told my husband what we were doing, he was on board, and in fact our son's first nap, it wasn't even at night, we put him down like you teach us to, and it wasn't very easy, and I wanted to go in and pick him up, but we fought through it and he fell asleep, and he slept for longer than he had ever slept. That night, he only woke up 1 time, and that was a big change from 4 and 5 times that he was waking up. Well, within 4 days, my son was sleeping 11 hours straight. And at this point, he was about 3.5 months old, 4 months old. We were shocked, and yeah, I'm sure you get this a lot, but we would go in and check to see if he was still breathing, and he was sleeping comfortably, and he was a much happier baby, and we were much happier parents. So we decided to use Sleep Sense and get our daughter into her bedroom, and lo and behold, it was easier than either one of us had expected. It seemed like she was asking us to do it, and we were holding her back. That first night, she didn't even cry, and we put her down, and she slept the entire night by herself, never got up, not 1 time. And from that day on, our children are both in their own beds, and my husband and I are much happier. And of course, my husband thanks you a lot for getting our children out of our bed. So fast forward 1.5 years, we are happy, we are sleeping. I've been able to become a health and fitness coach and get my fitness on track. I now am able to wake up before the children do and get my workouts in. I'm a much happier person, our family's much happier, our kids are rested, we're rested, and for that we thank you. So I recommend Sleep Sense to everyone.